A Soldier's Diary, 1893 to 1918. Bucking the Tiger. We left the Blue Goose and walked across the street to another nice place. This place had a dirt floor in it and a little porch with shade top on it. So we sat down for a while and then we went in. I was standing at the bar having a few drinks when all of a sudden the doors burst open. In rode two cowpunchers on horses. Up they rode right in and straight up to the bar and shouted, "Give us all a drink. Me and my buddy Saul and the soldier boys." Boys, did we look at it. They both had their guns on and loaded up. The old hoss stood right up at the bar. One of those horses came up and stood right next to me. The cowpuncher yelled out again, "Give them all a drink and don't forget the hoss." So the barkeep set up drinks all around and put a little beer in a bucket for each horse. Damn hosses drank it all too well. The old cowpunchers started getting pretty lit, and one shouted, "Give them all another drink and 4 quarts of whiskey. 2 for me and 2 for Saul." Well, hell yes, we all drank up when they told us to keep our money. And so did they. They said they just got paid off after a long, hard round down up the trail. No sooner did we drink up when they wheeled their horses around like a flash and out the swinging doors. They went like hell out of them swinging doors, fired 2 shots in the ceiling when riding out. Just as they passed the caboose, they let go about 6 shots. They rode down the street and then fired a few shots at the hooskow and rode out of town. They called that fun. I liked the cowpunchers. They always treated me fair and square. Buy you a drink and would help you out. They were independent old boys and generally good-natured. Just liked to raise a little hell when they came off a drive. After the cowpunchers rode off, a man came up to the bar and said, "Those damn cowpunchers! One of them horses kicked my table and knocked over my beer. Who's gonna pay for it now?" Everybody stopped and looked at that man. Then the old barkeep pulled out his gun, hit the cowboy over the head with the butt, and said, "What the hell are you doing here on 2 feet anyways?" We all had a good laugh after that. I was talking to one cowpuncher, and he told me the story about this arrogant old man he worked for. He said he only worked an hour for him. Here is what he told me. The old man called to him, "Hey, come over here, Bill. You're new here and I want to explain things to you. I'm a man of few words. So when you hear me whistle, you come a-running. Do not stand there looking at me. When I whistle, you come running to where I am." Bill said, "Why, that is mighty interesting. I am a man of few words myself. Now when you whistle, and I shake my head this way, you old bastard, that means I ain't coming." Well, me and the others had a good time in town. Then back to the post. The next morning, it was drill and stables, and then back down to the swimming hole. I must tell you about the swimming hole. It was back down behind the stables about 200 yards away. It was a pond, fed by a large creek. This is where the girls from town would swim every day. Always after we are done drill, the girls would go into the water naked. Oh, boys, you know how you all feel looking at those girls. Just the same, even though they were half-breeds. As I said, they all got chased out from their tribes. They come from the Seminole Indian tribe. They were still girls, and we would watch them. Some of them girls was a dream. We just went down to the bank and sit and looked. And yes, we looked again at them. They kept calling for us to come in. But we was all shy and kept saying no, no. No one had the guts to strip off and go in. Finally, one fellow made a break. He got the nerve to go in the water with them. Then, we all stripped off and dove in. They kept calling us over to the mud bank. Finally, we went over, and pretty soon, we were all in the water fooling about with the girls. One of the fellows ended up on the far side of the bank with one of the girls doing you know what. Well, time went by so quick on the bank. You can imagine how it was if you were in the water with a bunch of naked girls. Oh, do we have a good time. We all missed dinner and damn near missed the stable call. That would have been 5 days in the jug and a $5 fine. When you miss the stable call, someone else has to clean your hoss, you see. Well, the time went around so quick. You know how the time flies when you're in the water with a bunch of girls and nothing on. Oh, boys, talk about art. This fun was every day, and it did not cost you anything either. But when payday came around, it was a different story. There were some girls who only pick up empty bottles all around. The babies all stayed in town. So when you went to town, they would find you and wanted money for your swim lessons. Live and learn. The girls did not have to look too hard for you. The whole damn town was only 75 feet long. Take away the post office, rum dumps, hooskow, and all that would be left would be the rum dumps. Payday night was a real night. Best time in a saloon. So much of everything is going on at one time. Stud poker, music, money craps, Mexican Monty, drinking, gambling, fighting, and naturally, the girls. Gambling was one thing the soldiers loved to do. That and drinking. There are a lot of ways to lose your money, as the soldier usually lost his. Bucking the Tiger was a popular game. This is a card game named Pharaoh. The cards are dealt from a box. Most boxes have a drawing of a tiger on it. So if you were playing Pharaoh, you were bucking the tiger. It is a simple game, but the soldier boys usually lost. They also shot dice, played stud draw poker, blackjack, and Spanish Monty. Most games were on the up and up, but some were not. Plus you had the professional gambler, who could clean you out pretty quick. You hear tell of big pots in poker, but I heard a tale of a pot in Montana that was unusual. One of the fellas playing wanted to call a bet, but he ran out of money. He talked the other player into accepting a personal item in lieu of money. This was accepted. But unfortunately, the poor fellow lost the hand and also his personal item, his false teeth. I guess the winner thought if I take an IOU and he loses, I will be stuck with this piece of worthless paper. If he loses, he is more likely to buy back his teeth than his IOU. On the nights, the bar was bursting open at the seams. Beer was dumped into a big tub, and the glasses dipped in the tub in order to fill them quicker. The swimming instructors would be buzzing around.
Buy me a drink, soldier boy. Oh, soldier boy, win me a new dress.
Well, as you can imagine, it did not take much convincing to go to their casa. Those that did not go for indoor swimming lessons usually stayed drinking and gambling. Anyways, always in the corner was some guy playing piano, yelling and shouting some kind of song. You would whip it up in town and stay as long as your money or you lasted. The next day, that bugler would blow the call bright and early. You open up your eyes and you were sick as hell. Sick and broke. In addition to being sick and broke, you would have to get up and go out in the hot sun and do horse drill for 1.5 hours. Oh, that hot sun beats down on you. I was so sick, but let me tell you, it was all worth it. While I was at Fort Clark, you would get a pass every night until 7 a.m. the next morning. Sometimes you had to pull stable detail. This detail lasted from 7 Saturday morning until 7 Monday morning. During this time, you'd have to take care of the horses. You have to tie them all up, feed them, and bed them down. If you had the money, you could pay someone to do this duty for you. I pulled this duty many times just to earn the money. Drinking and swimming lessons can be expensive. We was there for a good long time. One morning we woke up and the sergeant told me I was being transferred. Me and the others were being sent to Eagle Pass, Texas. About 35 miles away, right down along the Rio Grande River, was Fort Duncan. On the day we left for Eagle Pass, all the girls from town came out to say goodbye to us and cried.
Oh, baby, come back to me when you get discharged. I will miss you. Hurry back.
Even though the girls were half-breeds, they were okay. They did your washing for you, and many a time, if you were broke, they would buy a drink and give you swimming lessons. I was going to miss those Brackettville girls.